Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Double line to the Apostle GMS. This is Amnawa Allah coming at you another video. And in this video, I want to focus on the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 9. This is a scripture that we always go over. It always comes out at some point at camp or in the lesson. I just want to get some precepts on it, to give some more understanding on it. So let's get right to it. Matthew chapter 13, verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. Now that sounds like simple scripture. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. If you got ears, just listen. That's what it sounds like. Now, what is the Lord saying, Yahushua, the one who were ignorantly called Jesus Christ? Who have ears to hear, let him hear. In other words, who have ears, let him hear. Meaning, who have ears, let them put their ears to their use, to its proper function, which is to hear. But this is not just talking about hearing something literally, but it's talking about understanding. If somebody says something and you say, I hear you, I hear what you're saying, you mean, I understand what it is that you're saying. So to hear don't necessarily mean to actually hear something. It means to understand it. Okay? Let me get a scripture on that. St. John chapter 8, verse 43. Now I'm scroll up a little bit. Now this is Yahushua speaking to the Jews, and what did he say? St. John 8:43. Why do you not understand my speech? Baby, 1 second. Sorry. So these are the scribes, Pharisees, the Jews. So this is what Yahushua is saying to these scribes and Pharisees, right? He said, why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? So they didn't understand his speech because they couldn't hear his word. So when the scripture says, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear, it's talking about to understand. Because why would he say, why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? He's saying, you can't understand me because you can't hear what it is that I'm saying. In other words, to hear means to understand. So he who have ears to hear, let him hear, meaning he who have understanding, let him understand. It's talking about a spiritual type of understanding. Because when the Lord was speaking, they actually heard him speaking. They heard the word that's coming out of his mouth, but they couldn't really understand it. And the reason why they couldn't understand it because the Most High had blocked their hearts, their minds, from being able to understand the word that Yahushua spoke. So there's people out there in the world who hear us say certain things, but they don't really understand what's being said because they're not meant to understand it. Now if you go to St. John 8:43, let's go to that word here.
Strong's G 191. Akuo.
And scroll down. It says to comprehend, to understand. So that's what that means. Now let's go back. Now here's the book of Luke 8 and 10. Now I basically tells you the same thing in Matthew chapter 13 verse 9 on down. when it says unto you it is given to the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given, it tells you the same thing. But you know, in Luke the 8th chapter and the 10th verse, it gives you a little more insight on the topic because of the wording of it. Luke 8:9, and his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be? As a matter of fact, when you go up here to Luke 8:8, he says the same thing. He that hath ears, let him hear. So Luke 8:9, and his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be? And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So unto the Lord's disciples, it was given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So everybody's not meant to know these mysteries. So that right there alone shows you that this word is not meant for everybody. That right there alone. Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to others in parables. So the other people, they're not meant to get it. It's given unto them in parables. But your parable is a dark saying. It's like a story. It's like a riddle, speaking in code. So Yahushua spoke to certain people in a certain manner so that they wouldn't understand the words that he spoke, because it wasn't given to some people. So there's only certain people out there that have a certain, that Yahushua has blessed with the understanding to get these words. Everybody's not going to get it, man. Everybody's not going to get it. That seeing, they might not see, and hearing, they might not hear. Because when they look, they don't see it. And when they hear it, they don't understand. Because their eyes and their ears have been shut and their eyes have been darkened. So in Matthew the 13th chapter and Luke the 8th chapter, Yahushua spoke to the disciples and told them, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. It was meant for them to get it. The Lord's elect. Isaiah 6:9. And he said, go and tell this people. And this is the angel. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. You're going to hear these things, hear these words, but you're not going to understand them. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. The word perceive means to grasp with the mind. So they were going to see things, but they wasn't going to be able to grasp it with their minds. And that happens all the time. When we out there teaching, people don't really grasp what it is that they're witnessing. They don't really grasp what it is that they're hearing. That's why they keep walking. Because it's not meant for them. You know? This applies to our family. This applies, to your own children. It's just what it is. You could pray that the Most High have mercy on them, but the scriptures say he will have mercy on whom he will have mercy. Okay? It's just what it is. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat. That word fat means calloused. Like when you were younger and you would play video games and you would play the game, you would press the button so hard and rub your fingers on the button so much to the point where you would get a callus on your thumb and it will harden. So that word there, fat, means calloused. It don't mean fat like obese. And make their ears heavy. Okay? So let's look at that word heavy. Kabad. To be heavy. To be insensible. To be dull. So something is insensible, you don't have any sense. You don't have any understanding. And it says, and shut their eyes. Good word, shut. Zah. Doesn't really give you nothing there. So it says, shut their eyes. So their eyes are closed. Lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with the heart and convert and be healed. So their ears were made heavy, meaning dull, and their eyes were shut, their eyes were closed. Why? Lest they see with their eyes. Because if their eyes were not closed, they would be able to see and understand it. But not literally eyes being closed spiritually. Their eyes are closed in a spiritual sense, so they can't see and perceive with their minds what it is that they're witnessing. And hear with their ears. So their ears are made heavy so they can't hear. Not that they literally can't hear, but that their understanding would be blocked, would be shut, so they wouldn't understand. Lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears. So make the heart of these people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes. So their heart or their mind is calloused. Get that word heart? Fat. Someone to grow, become fat, to grow fat, to make fatness. Oily or gross. When you look deeper to it, it means like to be calloused. To make in other words, if something is callous, it's hardened. So if the heart or the mind, if I say I know that song by heart, I know by my mind, by memory, I got it memorized. So if the heart of these people are fat, it's callous, they're hard-headed. Make their ears heavy, the understanding. Make their ears heavy and shut their eyes. Lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. So if their heart wasn't made fat or callous, if their ears weren't made heavy or dull, the understanding being dull, if their eyes were not shut, meaning the understanding was not shut, they will be able to see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and be converted and be healed. So if their understanding and all of that wasn't blocked, they'll be able to get the truth. So he's saying block the understanding so they can't get it. So the Most High chose certain people to not be able to understand his word. That's how people out there just can't get it. The way we believe in the truth is where they believe in what they believe in. You know, the way they can't change our minds to the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, their minds can't be changed. So with that, I'm going to close and say, oh, praise Yahweh Shema Shah, double line, say, Apostle GMS. I hope you better learn something. Shalom.